Mami, Mottanni, Mottanni, Mottanni.
Dare to dream, dare to believe, dare to think, dare to work. Only then do you achieve. Mottanni signing out. You can either let your scars make you bitter, or you let your scars make you better. You can either let those scars make you bitter, or you let them make you better. Top of the morning from the busiest street in the Northwest region, Komishala Bedu Bamenda. For the next 60 minutes, my goal here is to keep you going, is to keep you fighting for that thing, that task, that dream that you believe deep down in your gut. You can make it happen, or you can make it better. I will attempt to do so with words, poetry, and good music. Only on FM 98.5, Dream FM, the radio for peace and development. Man in the 1001 buttons on the panel mixer, I call him the indefatigable Toe Clinton. And general supervision comes in from station boss Nubila John. And also we have Petronila at the commercial desk. Ladies and gentlemen, for coordination and for presentation today, call me the spoken word artist, call me your motivational speaker, call me the poet Tanidi Awa, aka Mottanni. Happy World Poetry Day to all the poets here in the city. Happy World Poetry Day to you, Dr. Focho Gladys. Happy World Poetry Day to you, Akumbo Uhuru Jones. Happy World Poetry Day, Mottanni. Happy World Poetry Day, Nubia Nabila. Happy World Poetry Day, Kita Nadesh. Happy World Poetry Day to you, Kiven Brandon. Happy World Poetry Day to you, Joyce Babatunde. Happy World Poetry Day to all the poets in this region. Happy World Poetry Day to you, Njoke Tangwing Raizang Gwenyi. Happy World Poetry Day to all the poetry lovers here in the big BDA city of Bamenda. Yesterday was amazing. Yesterday was awesome. Yesterday was explosive. Yesterday was the World Poetry Day 2022 that saw the coming together of all the English speaking poets around the country country and beyond, just to celebrate the arts, just to celebrate the impact poetry has been doing to this community, just to celebrate the impact poetry has been creating in our little regions, in our little towns, and just to celebrate the art that feeds our soul. Happy World Poetry Day to you out there, and we pray that better days are ahead for the poetry in Bamenda, in Buea, in Cameroon. You can either let your scars make you better, or you let them make you bitter. The choice is yours. There is always a choice in every situation, and at this particular moment, in this trying moment in our lives in the big BDA city, the choice is yours to let those scars make you better, or to let those scars make you bitter, because the pain is unbearable, we know. But we on Mottanni today are saying, be strong enough to let the scars make you better. Because whatever you're going through at this moment, whatever your family may be going through, whatever your quarter, your city may be going through, it's not going to last long. Because a sudden rain in the morning cannot fall for the whole day. A sudden rain, a sudden sunshine will not shine for the whole day, but we need to hold on till the sun shines again. We need to hold on till the sun shines again. So Mottanni today is saying, the hospitable nature, the welcoming nature, the selfless attitude of the Bamenda man should prevail in these trying times of our lives, in these trying times in the life of the city of Bamenda. And let us be strong enough to let the scars make us better, to let the scars bring out the best in us, to let the scars make us stronger, because we can only do better when we decide to let the scars make us better. What is a scar? What is a scar? What be a scar? I want you to turn around, turn for your skin, look at that place where you have a black mark, where you used to have a wound, where you used to have a wound. Look at it. Look at what is left after that wound got healed, after the wound got finished. Wait till you see him for that particular place. Now the thing that we would call and say a scar. A scar. That is the thing we call a scar. What is left after the storm? What is left after a heated situation? Other people call it ashes. When you burnt wood, what is left after the wood has completely been burnt is what we call a scar. Ashes. Ashes. When you have injured yourself, maybe physical wound or maybe emotional or more, what is left after that situation is what we call a scar. You cannot live very long without having a wound. It may be a wound from an accident. That is a physical wound. It may be a wound that you inflicted on yourself, or it may also be a wound that came from the fault of others. It may be a wound from a relationship, maybe a partner, a friend, a loved one who left you. The pain burns day in, day out within you. Somebody you thought will always be there to protect you. Somebody you thought will always be there for you to rely on. Somebody you thought was your all and all. Somebody you thought was an angel in front of you, could do you no harm, ended up hurting you, ended up causing you pain. And though they are long gone away from your life, you still from time to time think about it, and you've allowed yourself to feel the pain. You still from time to time look at that mark and you remember the pain, the hurt you went through. Someone you thought will always be there for you, who promised to always be there for you, and who wanted to always be there for you, ended up dying. Some of these wounds sometimes heal up with time, but soon some of them are so deep, while others heal up and you find no evidence. They are wounds you've had from injuries you've encountered in your life, that after some time you don't feel them again, and even the mark is not there, so you cannot even remember them. But there are some of these wounds that are deep. There are some of these wounds that are so deep. The pain you felt was so intense that even after the wound got healed up, even after the person left, the scar remains. The scar remains. The scar might have come from you falling from a bike. The scar might have come from an operation you encountered to remove an illness, an operation you encountered to give birth to a child. The scar may be physical, or it may be invisible, maybe emotional, maybe psychological scars that you've gone through. The scar may have come from some words someone offered to you, and when you think about those words, it pains you, it hurts you. The scar may have come from the mistakes you've made in your life. We are saying today, let those scars make you better and not bitter. Let those scars push you to do better for the future, and not just sit around and say it's done and dusted, I can't do anything to change it. Whatever situation you are going through now, you can change it. If you tried everything you think can help and it's not working, it is time you change your mind. It is time you change your mind. It is time you change the perspective from which you look at the situation. Because life is not just happening to you, life is happening for you. Nature does not have anything against you. Nature is just evolving, and it's your interpretation of it that makes the difference. Do you interpret nature as being against you, or do you interpret it as being for you? Whatever you decide, it is your choice. The scars you have, do they come from a broken marriage? The scars you have, do they come from a broken relationship that person you loved with all your might, all your mind, all your might, all your being, do those scars come from them? The scars you have, do they come from a collapsed business? The scars you have, do they come from a failed career? It is time for you to realize it is okay to have those scars. It is okay to not try to hide them. Because most times we try to hide these scars. Why? Because our minds are so focused on the negative part of the scars. Why? Because we have tilted our minds to the point where when you look at the scar, all you can think about is the pain, all you can think about is the hurt, all you can think about is the pain you went through when you were going through the process. But you fail to realize that whatever you went through brought you to where you are today. That beautiful place you find yourself today, that beautiful position you find yourself today, that resilience that you have built today, that non-giving up spirit that you have built today came from all the hurt, came from all the pain, came from all the troubles you went through, and that is why you are bigger and better today. So today you have to realize it is okay to let those scars show. Don't waste your effort trying to hide them. Once you have healed from them and you turn from time to time and you look at them, it should remind you that I am stronger today. It is because of the scars. It is because of the betrayals. It is because of the hurt. It is because of the pain I went through. So thank God for what I went through. I didn't like it when I was going through it. But today, when I look at where I am, when I look at how I handle situations, when I look at how I manage my finances, when I look at how I take care of myself and my family, when I look at how I relate with others, I thank God for the scar I went through. I thank God for the scar I went through. For God did not allow it. He did not allow those scars to be there to discourage you. Don't waste time trying to make them disappear. When you make those scars disappear, in the long run, you forget the lesson that came with those scars. And in the long run, you might find yourself into the same situation you experienced last time. And you will still feel those pain. You will still feel the hurt. You will still be cheated. You will still be discouraged just because you had to make the scars disappear. It is not just for fancy sake that they made a pen without an eraser. This is simply because when you write something wrong, you just need to strike it off and write the right thing, so that whenever you're reading and you come across where you striked it off, you will remember the mistake you made there. You will remember the lesson you learned from it, and you will move ahead better, more cautious, more peaceful, and with more skill, more vigor, and more tenacity. But if you take out time to wipe off that scar, then when you get to that point and you don't see that scar that acts like somehow a traffic light to tell you you made a mistake here, this is how you can overcome it, then you may find yourself doing the same mistake over and over and over again till you learn. Because situations come to us over and over and over again, the same situation in different disguises, till we learn the lesson it's presenting to us. Then we graduate to move to the next phase. So God did not allow scars on our bodies. God did not allow scars in our hearts. He did not allow scars in our heads to be there because He hated us. He allowed it so that they can act like pointers. He allowed it so that they can act like pointers, so that the next time you get to a situation similar to that, you should be able to overcome. You should be able to overcome. So look at that scar. Remember what you went through, but don't feel the pain. Just remember what you went through and remember that God brought you through it. The scar means the wound is healed. The scar means the situation you went through is actually over. That scar means the situation you went through is actually over. It's time for you to move on and move ahead.
I know say you big, and body no go past you. I know say you strong, and body no go past you. I know that it's heavy, oh, body no go past you. Because I know say you carry a oh, so we no go past you. No, we no go past you. No, we no go past you. No, we no go past you. No. We no go past you, 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 no. I know say it's strong, but it no go past you. And I know that it's bitter, but it no go past you. And I know that it's heavy, but it no go past you. Cause I know say you carry, you no go past you. You no go past you, no. 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 Yeah, no more aches for your sympathy. Found a brass to raise the boss and build up on the cemetery. Our dead dreams and dead things I said those eulogies, but now I speak life to them bones. Hear the prophecy and quote my odyssey. I'm bigger than the bitter, and the bitter is my sweetener. I'm eager like a cheetah for the dinner that's set before me. So watch us raise embassies in enemy territory. We're gonna know the symphony, because khaki no be leather, but it works for the wearer. Yeah. A khaki no be leather, but it works for the wearer. How about we say it together? Hey, khaki no be leather, but it works for the wearer. We're gonna make it work. Khaki no be leather, but it works for the wearer. bigger than you know. Yeah, yeah. You're stronger than you think. You think you're bigger than you know. You know, go. Hey, and you know, go. No, go, no, go, no, go, no, go. You know, go. No, go, no, go, no, go, no, go. And no, 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 go, no, go, no, go, no, go, no, go. Hey, and you know, go past you, no. Oh, oh, oh,
Whatever you're going through, it no go pass you. It no fit pass you for overcome that pain. It no fit pass you for look ahead and see the other side of the scar. No focus for look only for the negative side of the scar. You have to also take time out and look at the other side of the scar. The other side of that scar. Because the scar is not there. The scar is not there to make you bitter. That scar is there to make you better. That is what the scar is there to do. If the scar just left, you go surely forget the situation where you be go through. You go surely forget the lesson where you be learning because of that situation or because of that wound where it be happen for you. But the scar they remain for day after the wound don't finish. Now but make sure say me you remember whenever you look at make you instead remember how strong you don't become because of that wound. How strong you don't become because of that wound. One thing you have to realize is that when you look at that scar, try not to think about, try not to feel the pain again when the wound is healed. But that's what most of us do. But that's the trick that the mind plays with you. When you look at the scar of a wound you had, what happens is you're tempted to go back and feel every moment, every pinch of pain you used to feel because of that wound. You're tempted to go back and feel it, even though the wound is healed, even though the pain is no longer there. You allow your mind, or you use your mind to create it. And it is said that to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself. When you think passionately, emotionally about the wound, about the situation, about that loved one that left or died, about that business that fell, about that business that collapsed, about that career that failed, when you think about it with so much emotion, so much pain, you're reinfecting yourself. You're reinfecting yourself. You're living in the past. And those who live in the past has no future for them. For they keep recreating the past. They keep recreating that situation of the past day in, day out. And so their future passes them by. You're creating the past. Remember, the past is a door to open and look at it and close it. And it's not a place to live in. Your past is a door that you open to look at it, learn the lessons from it, close it, and face today to make tomorrow better. The past is not meant for you to go and live there. So when you look at the scar and you feel every pain, every pinch of pain you used to feel, what happens is that you're reinfecting yourself. What happens is that you're living in your past, so the future you cannot create. Till you learn to open the iron doors of your past, look at the situations you went through, learn the lessons that came with those situations, shut that iron door, then face the future, face the present, to prepare for the future, only then those scars will make you better. Only then will those scars make you better. Only then. When you look at those scars, remember that scar means what kept you awake at night is now behind you. What kept you awake at night is now behind you. When you look at the scar, know that that person you depended on is gone for good. And it means if the person left your life, then it means better days are ahead. Stop being one of those people who will say, oh my God, those old good days. The old days were good, but the future days are going to be better and best than those old days. It all depends on your perspective. So when you look at that scar, smile. When you look at that scar, laugh. When you look at that scar, do not regret. Just know whatever you went through brought you to where you are. And you have to face where you are to get to where you want to be. That is why Joyce Babatunde the talk say, you know say you strong so. You know say you get power. You know say if the situation where you don't go through, they give for some other person, that person no go survive. You even know say to the eyes of some people you been a wonder. To the eyes of God, you are a wonder. To the eyes of some people, them be jealous and they struggle. Say, Papa God, why you know just give me that kind heart? We and make it and so. Why you never just give me that kind heart? We go get them so. Why you never just give me that kind heart? We are you get them so. Why you never just give me that kind heart? We part you get them so. So remember. So you're strong, you get power. Remember, so you be one of a kind. Remember, so you been a wonder. Remember, say that situation the way you don't go through and you be able for overcome them, don't make you stronger. And remember, say some other person never fit overcome the thing way you don't go through, and praise yourself once in a while. Tell yourself some good stuff. Once in a while, be happy. Once in a while, or all the time, when that idea come for your mind, say no. Man, look back for the thing the way it don't happen. Only cry and cry. Tell yourself it be happen for some particular reason. I don't bring me for this point. And it means say, if you go through that situation, then it means say, no matter the situation where they go through now, I go still go through this one. I go still come up stronger and better. Tell yourself that very thing every day. Whether it be say you will grow up without papa or without mama or without any parent, whether it be say you will grow up now for poor family, or whether it be say you will grow up now for rich family and you were so blinded by the riches and you could not fend for yourself and you made a lot of mistakes and plunged yourself into a lot of troubles and even into troubles that money cannot solve. Whether it be say you will grow up now for hostile Cartier them, Whether you be grow up for back travelers, whether you be grow up for travelers, whether you be grow up for Twakom, or you be grow up for Old Town, whether you be grow up for Rendezvous, whether you be grow up for hostile city them like Bamenda, whether you be grow up for hostile city like Boya, like Kumba, whether you be grow up for hostile city them like Moyoka, or you grow up for hostile city like the Douala, like the Yaoundé, and you go through a lot of situations, a lot of pains, and people hurt you, people did a lot to you, and also you got through some pains that were caused by your own self. You go through accidents and today you're limping. I want you to know, say, even on the sidewalks where there is tar, grass still succeeds to grow. That one means, say, you should let those scars make you better. Because if grass will grow even on top tar, it means, say, despite where you grew up from, whether you grew up with parents or not, whether you grew up in riches or in poverty, whether you grew up in hostile quarters or in hostile cities, what you went through should make you better. You can make what you went through make you better and not bitter. You can make you better and not bitter by learning the lessons from every situation that came your way, and let it make you better, help you to be able to relate better with people, help you to be able to be cautious with your finances, help you to be able to cater for your body, your mind, and your spirit. When you look at your scars, tell yourself, I went through that and I can go through this.
All around there is darkness and fear. All around there is sorrow and pain. Oh, it's like fighting with a gator. Hey, trying to get some paper. You don't know if you live long enough to spend. 'Cause people are dying, babies are crying. It's like the world is ending, and the lights getting deeper, with hearts getting colder. It feels the world is ending, but in between the tears we still smile. Wells of sorrow punctuated with laughter. And sometimes I ask myself, who gave you the right to be happy? Gave you the right to be alright? Gave you the right to be here? What gives you the right to be happy? Gives you the right to be alright? Gives you the right to be here? Dead people don't laugh, and so I will. Dead people don't smile, yes, so I will. They don't get no hope, is today. After all we got is today. I'll be happy. We are still here. We are still here. We are still here. We are still here. And sometimes I ask myself, sometimes I ask myself, who gave you the right to be happy? Gave you the right to be alright? Gave you the right to be here? Come tell me, do you what? Gives you the right to be happy? Gives you the right to be alright? Gives you the right to be here? After all we got is today. Hey, after all we got is today. Oh, after all we got is today. After all we got is today. I'll be happy. Oh, I'll be happy, 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 happy. Happy, 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 happy. I'll be happy today.
All you can do is to try with your utmost ability to be happy today, because you can. It's a choice. When you get up every day, you have two choices: be happy or don't be happy. It's always your choice. And so let no man tell you that happiness is not for you. It is your choice to believe them or not to. And whatever you believe, without a doubt, you've invested your faith in it, and it becomes true for you, even if it is a lie. Faith is a human ability and has nothing to do with religion. So whatever you invest your faith in it, whatever you believe without a lie, without a doubt, becomes true for you. It becomes true for you, and it starts manifesting in your life, whether you are religious or not. Faith is a human ability that God gave to every human being. Christian, Muslim, pagan, atheist, it doesn't matter who you are. Whatever you invest your faith in, whatever you believe without a doubt, becomes your life, becomes your truth. So let no man tell you in the morning, no man, no woman tell you you cannot be happy because of this, that, or because of this situation, because of your past, because of what you did, or because of what you didn't do. It is your choice when you get up every morning to decide to be happy or not. But Mottanni tells you today, be happy. Be happy because it is healthy for your body. Be happy because it is healthy for those close to you. It is healthy for your husband, for your wife, for your children. It is healthy for your neighbors. It is healthy for your community. It is healthy for your city. It is healthy for your town. It is healthy for the world. Choose happiness. Choose to be happy today. And let no man tell you otherwise, for it is all your choice. There is always a choice in every situation, and let no man tell you otherwise, because it is all your choice. The Creator gave you that ability, and let no man take it from you. Let no man. You don't have to hide your scars. You don't have to be ashamed of your scars. What you went through. Maybe you inflicted wounds on yourself. Maybe you were tempted to commit suicide because you knew less. Maybe you were disappointed. Maybe the situation, the illness you're going through is because you failed to eat healthy, or you consumed some things, some drugs that has cost you in the situation you find yourself in. You don't need to be ashamed of it. You don't need to be ashamed of it. So long as you've overcome it, you don't need to be ashamed of it. It is your scar, so you must look at it so that you keep learning the lessons and you don't fall back to it. You don't need to be ashamed of it. One thing we have to understand in the big BDA city where we stay, in this northwest region, in the southwest region, in Cameroon as a whole, is that this issue of drugs is ravaging our society. It is destroying our children, it is destroying our friends, it is destroying our communities. And we must do something about it. It won't take one of us to do something. It is going to take all of us. Away with the nonsense that you keep telling yourself that no, the government, the council, the leader should be the one to take that decision. It is time you need to realize that you can, you must, you should be part of the solution. It is going to take all of us to help these are young ones who don't know their left from right yet, who think that taking drugs is going to make them bold, who think that taking drugs is going to make them creative, who think that taking drugs is going to make them high. It is time we take the decision to help them and know that there are better ways to be bold. There are better ways you can use to be creative. There are better ways you can learn. It is going to take all of us, not just the government, not just the council, not just the leaders. It is going to take you, the bike rider on the street. It is going to take you, the bayam seller in the market. It is going to take you, the artist. It is going to take you, the journalist. It is going to take you, mama. It is going to take you, papa, to do the best you can to help those young ones. Because most of them are ignorant of what they do. And in the long run, we have seen some of them with so much talent, so much potential, so much creativity in them end up dying prematurely because of what they consumed. And they were consuming that thing thinking it's going to enhance their creativity, thinking it's going to enhance their boldness. But it ended up taking their lives. It ended up destroying their families. It ended up destroying their communities. It ended up destroying them. So it is that time that you know that there is something you can do. I don't know what it is, but deep down within you, you know there is something you can do, and it is high time you start doing it to help those young ones, to help even the old ones that are into this nonsense. You don't have to hide your scars. You don't have to be ashamed of your scars, because we all have scars. Some of the scars are physical. Some of the scars are not physical. They are within us. They are pains and hurts we feel day in, day out. You don't have to hide them. I like what my personal coach, Coach Lanjo, usually says. If you feel the hurt and you feel like crying, cry. Whether you are a man, a woman, a child, if you feel like crying, cry it out. And learn the lesson and move ahead. Forget about what the society will tell you, that men don't cry. That men don't cry. Women don't do this. Boys, children don't do this. So long as you know it is going to help you, please do it. Do it regardless of what they will say. Some people have grown so skilled at hiding their scars, and in the long run, because you have been hiding the scar that came from a wound you went through, some other person falls prey to the same situation you fell prey to, because you were not bold enough to show your scar so that they can learn from it. There is no one without a scar. But what you should know is that most of the great people, most of the people that have created impact, most of the people that have made a lot of meaning and money in their lives had scars, or have scars, not even had, but have scars. But they have decided that whenever I look at this scar, I will remember the lesson, so I become better and not bitter. Things happen in our lives that we didn't expect. An unexpected illness, a loss, people coming against us. We make mistakes. Instead of going around in self-pity, instead of telling everybody who cares to listen when 80% don't care and 20% are glad it's you, to fulfill your destiny, you have to build that new perspective of what your scars represent. If you could go through that pain of that wound, and now you have the scar, and you've learned your lesson, what caused you to have that wound, then it's okay to look at that scar and smile and tell yourself, never again. This will never happen again. You did it then. You overcome the pain, you overcome the hurt, you overcome, and you stay there till the wound got healed. It means it is over. You can do it now. You can do it again, over and over. The hurt you had was painful. It was disgusting. But you went through it. So when you look at the scar, when you look at that scar, whether it is physical, psychological, or emotional, when you take a retrospect and you look at it, be not reminded by the pain or hurt. Be reminded how strong, how resilient you have or you are just because you went through it. Those scars are not there to hurt you, but they are there to remind you that you went through that situation, that pain, and overcame it because you are strong, because you are powerful, because you are a wonder. Whether the scars come from self-inflicted wounds or the scars you have came from the poor choices you made in the past. Maybe you made a poor choice in the past and you got off course. Maybe you made a poor choice in the past and you let temptation overwhelm you. Maybe you made a poor choice in the past and you hung around people who were no good to your dream, your goals, or your destiny. Because it is said when you're walking with someone, you either adjust to them, to their steps, or they adjust to yours. And if they are not going the same direction as you, and most cases you ended up adjusting to their steps and not achieving your dreams, whether mistakes came from that. Maybe the scar you have came from the fact that you didn't take care of your body, you didn't eat right, you didn't exercise enough, and now you have a lot of pain you're encountering in your body. Maybe the scar came because you didn't take care of your marriage, you didn't take care of your children, you didn't take care of your town or your city. You have two options. You can let those scars remind you of the mistakes, or you can let them remind you to start doing better today, to start doing something now to make tomorrow better. I always like to quote this example. Remember when Jesus Christ rose and the ladies who went to the tomb tried to touch him? He said, "Don't touch me because I have not ascended to my Father yet." What that means is sometimes the scar you're going through, it's okay to not be ready to let it out. It's okay to not be ready to let it out. But you must work on yourself. You must work with yourself. You must work even with others, so that sometime in the future you should be able to let it out, because that scar you encountered is not just for you. It is meant to help some other person someday to be better, to do better, to have better, to achieve better. So it is okay if you have scars now and you're not willing to let them out. It is okay. Keep working on yourself every day. Keep working on yourself, with others, so that someday you will be able to talk about those scars with a smile. Talk about those scars with joy in your heart that you went through them, and that's why you're stronger today. Even when Jesus Christ appeared to his disciples and one of them was not there, when he came and they told him, he still did not believe it. He still did not believe it. And he said, till he sees the master by himself and touch those scars that came from those nails, that is when he is going to believe it. And when the master appeared and he touched him and touched those scars, that is when he believed. This means that the scars that you have gone through, the scars that are on your body, be it physical or emotional, it simply means that those scars are there so that someday someone might see them and it will help them believe. It will help them be better. Someone might touch those scars that are on your body. Someone might listen to those scars that are within you and believe and take a better step and take a U-turn and take a better direction. That is what it means. So don't try to hide the scars. Don't try to make them disappear. Just learn from them. And remember, the scars are not just for you. They are meant for someone else. They are meant to redirect someone else in the future. And that might be one of the reasons why you're still here, because you're meant to redirect someone else because of the mistakes you made. So when I see some ladies, you've had a wound, you've had a trouble, and you're trying to use filters, you're trying to use cream, you're trying to use whatever you're using to make those scars disappear. Sometimes some of those scars do not just disappear because it is not meant for you. It is meant to be a lesson to someone else. It is meant to help someone else be better, do better, have better, achieve better, and dream better. Just know this today. It is Mottanni on FM 98.5, the radio for peace and development, the show that comes up every Tuesday from 11:30 to 12:30, and rebroadcast on Saturdays 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Your one and only motivational talk show here in Bamenda, emanating from the Commercial Avenue neighborhood.
Mommy, Mottanni, Mottanni, Mottanni.
It's been Mottanni on FM 98.5, ladies and gentlemen, signing off. We have been benefiting from the technical and experiential assistance of To Clinton, Nubila John, and Petronila, ladies and gentlemen. Let your scars make you better. Don't let them make you bitter. When the pain gets too tough, remember to breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Because that's your health and that's your life. Breathe and overcome. The pain can never be more than you. You are stronger. You are a wonder. You are here to achieve greatness. To contribute to the program, ladies and gentlemen, to contribute to the program or to get Mottanni for your seminars, conferences and workshops, you can get to Mottanni with the number 695-614-947, 695-614-947, or you can get to Mottanni on any of the social media platforms. Mottanni is spelled M-O-20-A-N-I. M-O-20-A-N-I. Or you can get to Mottanni on his website www.mottanni.com, www.mottanni.com. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, bask in the flame of your own greatness. And Mia, Nkakatonto, Jika, Neki, Murati, Ayonga.